What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Ragnorium, Planet Recolonization Odyssey. This is from one of the developers of Pixel Piracy, as far as I understand. As of right now, this game is unlisted on Steam. So if you're going to go looking for it, it's not going to show up inside of the normal traditional Steam UI. It is technically available for purchase, but you're going to have to do it through a browser like Chrome or Edge or Firefox or whatever else. If you search it on Steam, if you search it through Google, the Steam page will come up through there. But the game for right now is hidden on Steam. For reasons I'm not really entirely too sure. I did some cursory Googling to try to figure out why that might be, but came up kind of empty-handed, I guess. I'm not super sure. I actually became aware of this game through a couple of streamers that were playing it, and they had posted about it on Twitter, how they'd had a good time. And so I started digging around trying to find the game, and then I found that it was unlisted, but like obviously other people had access to it. And so I was like, that's kind of weird. And so I gave it the old Google foo, and it allowed me to buy the game through my browser and then link it to my Steam through my browser and get it all set up. But anyways, it was a giant ordeal. Okay, not that large of an ordeal. A first world ordeal, I guess. So anyways, this is a game where you're going to have a colony. You've got clones, you take them down to a planet, you're trying to get them to live as long as possible. There's kind of continuity in between your missions, so as you achieve objectives, they'll give you more funding so that if your colony dies, you can send another ship. And like, kind of like, imagine like if in RimWorld, all of your people arrived with like Stone Age tools, and as they completed objectives that were set up by kind of like the corporation, they got credits. And those credits allowed you to send more rockets to the RimWorld base to like resupply it and add more colonists and stuff like that in the off chance that they die, or if your colony gets wiped, you can actually kind of just like send another group of people to occupy it. That's the general idea. The game does play a little bit slowly, but you'll see what I mean once we get in. It is in early access right now, so obviously you don't want to take anything that you're seeing here as like a final representation of the product. But let's dive on in. We've got about 30 minutes to play with this one. We'll decide if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. Alright, so the Hermes 1 is a colossal colonization space station capable of creating life and technology. It is considered to be one of the most remarkable creations humankind has ever created. You're one of the commanders aboard the Hermes 1, tasked with a critical mission to colonize a planet and create a new chapter in human history. Use the station's limited resources in the most efficient manner, and deploy smaller colonization vessels to create optimal survival conditions for humanity. Alright, so we're going to start our Odyssey. I've already played the tutorial, so I have a rough idea of what's going on. Everything in this game is automated. You cannot give physical commands to any of your colonists. You can merely make kind of suggestions by, like, pinging things. And eventually, based on their priorities and their behavior, they will eventually go and deal with those pings, depending on how much they care about the ping, whether it's like a botany ping or like a mining ping. If you got somebody that doesn't care about those sorts of things, they're probably not going to go for it. But eventually, they'll work their way down their priorities list and get there. We've got to do a couple of things, so we're going to need to take 3 clones with us. It's given us 2 Americana clones and an Astromian clone. That means that these guys are clones from the former USA and Mexico. These guys right here are going to be clones from the moon and the colonies in the asteroid belts. So there you go. I don't think I have a clone roster right now, so I don't think we're going to worry about that. We've got one over here that's a template for Eddie. He's good at combat, and he's good at skill. He's a novice at level 1, and he's got 30 life. We've got Americana clones over here. It looks like we've got a level 2 clone on this side. She's going to be combat level 1, skill level 4, combat level 2, skill level 2. So it really depends what you want to roll with right here. I'll probably go with one of these guys right here because he's pretty good at fighting and he's also decent at just doing activities. There we go. We will also take, let's see, what are you good at? Skill level 4, so you're kind of like a crafter, like builder type deal. Gotcha, but you're not good at combat. Understood. We'll bring just one person that's highly skilled, and then we'll bring the rest as kind of like an even split. So there you go. We've got our 3 clones ready to rock. Now what do we have to do? Well, now we get to play Kerbal Space Program, and we get to build our rocket ship. But don't worry, we don't have to worry about drag forces or gravity or anything else. It's very, very simple. I promise. So we come on over here. We're going to get a thruster. We only have the 1 thruster for right now. It costs us 20 bucks to make. Got a whole slot over here. We can put that on. It's going to come with some module slots. We're going to need at least 3 clone pods, so we'll put those on there. We've got our intersectional slot right here. There's a couple of things that you can get, like the cheapest one that doesn't do anything, Or you can get one that's got a booster that's going to make it so that you get more XP. You got one that you can do a booster so that it gives you more food yield from your cargo containers. If you were going to take one, I would recommend taking the XP one. I found that the food yield, if you bring cargo containers, they tend to have like 5 bananas on board. And 15% of 5 is not really altogether that much. So it's really up to you what you want to do. I'm going to save money for right now in case like any of these guys die. And we've got to send out like another ship to basically reinforce them or whatever. Module slot on this side, we will go with a basic cargo. That'll give us a little bit of foodles. And then we've got another module slot over here for a clone pod, so we'll throw that in. And then finally we've got an intersection, and we've got the cockpit. So there it is, done dealio. We've built ourselves our first spaceship. Apparently inside this thing's inventory, we've got water bottles, we've got wood, we've got bandages, we've got seed potatoes, energy drinks, happy pills, stones, emergency stim packs, all kinds of little things. So we brought some goodies. Apparently we've also brought a quantum computer with us, and we have to protect the hell out of it, otherwise our mission will be destroyed. Good to know. We got to load up our clone pods here. Clone number 1. Hey, get in there. So Donnie's in there. Cambria's in there. And then also we've got Hannon inside of there. You know, they've got normal names this time around. Like last time I played, their names were like Dewberry, like Armpit. Like they had like weird names last time, and I don't know why. Like universally, all 3 of my colonists had weird names, and I was kind of looking forward to it for the YouTube play. But it looks like we got normal names this time around, so wah, wah. All right, so what we need to do, complete our milestone to unlock a new spaceship module, the chicken pod. Nice. So we got to get to research level 2 on ESMA 1. All right, let's step on back. We can go to our research lab. You can take a look at this. We have no research points right now. So unfortunately, in between missions, we're not going to be able to upgrade anything or like add anything on in. But for right now, we can go to mission control. We got, what's our spaceship name? Oh, apparently I can't rename it. I was going to rename it the Ballarama, but I guess not. I was going to rename it Wilbur Ballarama. Anyways, let's see here. We can change our planet, but it looks like there's not extra planets right now. So it looks like we can only change our planet during the first launch. I think we're just going to ESMA 1 either way. So let's go to ESMA 1. This game does have a weird graphical style, and you're going to see what I mean in just a minute. The entire game looks like it's being viewed through kind of like a pixelated satellite feed. It's really, really hard to describe until you've like seen it. I know some people are going to love it, and some people are going to hate it. I'm kind of on the fence about it right now. I haven't really decided how I feel about the aesthetic of the game just yet. I do think that it looks unique, and I do think it looks interesting, but whether or not it's something that I've decided my eyeball can tolerate for like 8-hour play sessions on stream or whatever, I haven't really made up my mind yet. I'll be honest with you and just say that I'm sort of on the fence about it. So here we are. We are up in the air at the moment. We've got our colonization vessel. It's just flying. I know this looks really, really impressive, but it's actually pretty simple. All you got to do is it's going to release my cursor right here, and then we've got to decide where we're going to be firing all of our pods. That's pretty much it. Like, we got to decide where the pods are going to go. And we do have water over on this side. We do have like a forest on that side right there. I sort of like that little slope that we got going on that side. I don't know if we can rotate the camera at all or anything. It looks like indeed we cannot. And so I've just got to kind of viewpoint it from up here. We do have some old ruins right there. I would like us to be near the water source, if at all possible. And I don't want to walk too far to get resources. So, like, I feel like a solid middle ground is, like, right over here somewhere, where we've got water, we've got access to, like, wooden things. Yeah, like that initial slope that I was looking at right there seems all right. So now you might be saying, what do I do? Well, you click these buttons right here. And there you go. It's going to launch our pods over to that spot. Funsies. Don't you just love crashing down through the stratosphere? We're going to change our viewpoint over, and here we are. We actually started out in a forest next to a garmworm as well. All right, so we got to wake these little dudes up. Oh, apparently I've got a transmission. You've arrived on the planet in one piece. Did you have a pleasant journey? I can't imagine how immeasurable the distance was in human terms. Commander, it seems like you opted out of the briefing, which to me looks like the right choice given your background. Your objective is to establish a self-sustainable colony on this remote planet with the resources and technologies that are available at hand. All right, so we got to wake these guys up. Left click is going to give you profile menus for just about everything in the game. Right click is going to give you contextual menus that are going to allow you to like tell people to do things or like wake them up, for example. So we can wake these guys up. Boink, boink, and boink. There we go. All three have been woken up. So we can't pause the game. We can't slow the game down or anything as far as I know. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell them to cut this tree. We're going to need a whole bunch of resources in order to make this all work. And then we're going to want to set up a resource stockpile as well. I'm going to set up some little tiny resource zones over here. I'm not like super married to them staying there forever, but these are basically just like stockpiles. That's all they really are. They're going to take the things that they chop off the tree on this side, and they're going to take it over to there. This tree right here has 20 wood on it, and this one looks like it's got 20 wood on it as well. What's wrong with Donnie? He's planning his next action. We'll plan faster, man. We got things to do. There's also a bunch of scrap laying around. Let's kind of like survey the area real fast and sort of see what we can do with it. So we are on a mountain bluff right now, which is kind of scary on a certain level. It does look like we have fish inside of there. There's a treasure, there's perch, and there's pike inside of there. So I don't know a whole lot, but I have played Unreal World, and I know that those are edible. We have an ibex up here, strangely enough. You're going to find, like, I'm assuming there were previous attempts to colonize this place. And that's why there's, like, chickens and goats and things running around. We are on, like, a foreign planet. But there's also, like, alien worms and stuff. So, you know, just keep in mind that, like, yeah, dude. Like, sometimes you're going to come across things that you definitely find on Earth. Sometimes you're going to be like, what the hell is that thing? We need to build ourselves a place to relax at. So let's go ahead and prepare our relaxation. I guess since we're preemptively doing that, it would be prelaxation. Let's see. Prelaxation sounds like a pill you take to, like, poop. It sounds like a laxative pill or something. We'll put those in right there. It looks like they are maybe slightly levitating. I don't know how many of these we're going to need. They cost 4 wood. Maybe somebody will go and build it while we chop down these trees. That'd be the way. We're going to need a ramp so that they can access this house. So there we go. We're going to need, like, some walls and ish so that it actually, like, looks like a place to live. And obviously, I know some of you are scanning the screen right now and you're being like, hey, what is that warning down there in the right? My colonists are upset because their genitalia are exposed. It says exactly what you think it's going to say. My clones are deeply, deeply upset that their reproductive organs are exposed. I'm going to let them chop some trees for a little bit, and then I'm going to let them build this shack right here so that we can bring our quantum computer in and we can kind of like protect it from the elements. But other than that, we got to wait a minute. It's going to be some time until we finish off all the activities that need to get done around here. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would we send our spacemen to space without any outfits? Well, this game is post-apocalyptic. So apparently we're at war with some other species in space or something else like that. And like they're watching for our pods, and the more gear that is on board the pod, the more likely it is that you're going to get caught or whatever. And so we're effectively sending out clones with like nothing to try to colonize planets, and effectively starting from prehistoric levels of technology in order to like build up to where the rest of us are so that we can basically consolidate and fight or something. That was the rough idea that I got anyways. I wasn't super sure what was going on, but that's the explanation for it as near as I can tell. We have a transmission incoming. Commander, I'm happy to see that your construction efforts are coming to fruition. Something to keep in mind is that as your structures become complete, you will need to see what is in... Oh, I already know about this. I'm already fine with that. So what you can do is as the roofs go on, you can right-click the roofs, and it will make the roof disappear. The roof is still technically there as far as gameplay is concerned. It's just invisible so that you can see inside the building. We finished off that first tree. I've got one person over here breaking down the basic cargo container as well. It's full of apples and nanas and all that kind of fun stuff that we're going to be able to eat as soon as we get hungry. So that'd be a really, really good idea. What are these guys upset about? Oh, cool. He's got a muscular body. Nice. Did you get the same thing? What's up with your objective right now? So they would like to have a campfire, and that'll give us 12 research XP. We're also generating research XP just by kind of like existing, so don't worry about that too much. All right, we'll do a campfire as soon as the building's done. I'm not sure what our wood supply is going to look like by the time we get out of here. What was that? What was that scary noise? Our active objective for right now will be a campfire. That seems like a really obtainable, simple thing for us to go after. Thought maybe somebody was in combat or somebody was fighting. Obviously, there's like large worms around these things right here. They are hostile, so keep that in mind. They will go after you, so just watch out. But anyways, now that our foundation's up, I am going to take this. I'm going to give them the command to like relocate the quantum computer like inside. Like maybe we shouldn't leave that out in the rain and the dust and the snow and all that kind of stuff. Might be a decent idea. We also need to figure out when we're going to make this campfire. I was going to kind of make it inside, but I don't know if it'll let me do that. Let's go ahead and try it out. We'll see if we can, like, put this inside. Where is my campfire at? It's probably, like, the fire symbol right there, right? Looks like the campfire can pretty much go wherever we want it to go. Oh, it has to be a certain distance from a building. Okay. Well, I guess that's something. We'll go ahead and put it right there then. It's going to take us 2 wood in order to get that started, and I'm guessing that that's going to give us like a passive drain on our wood resources. Luckily, we don't look to be struggling that much with the wood resources that we have on hand. We do have 3 stone over there, so I'm thinking that as soon as we're done with like this tree over here, we may want to send somebody out to see if they can get flint from around. There we go. Our campfire is up and running, so we got one of our objectives done. Now, the next thing that it wants us to do is it wants us to come through and it wants us to find flint. Effectively, it says there's going to be something called like a flint silo around. So we're going to have to find one of those. These are mineral silos. It looks like they've got calcium carbonate and sulfur. I'm not seeing anything that's looking particularly flinty around. We do have some random rocks that are kind of all over the place. But I got to survey a little bit and see if we can find this thing around. Looks like we got another mineral silo right there with sulfur in it. We've got an organic mass of raw alien meat right there, which is kind of deeply concerning. I don't know why that's sitting there. There are a lot of garnworm eggs running around all over the place, which is also kind of worrying me. We can get a wheel from over there. There's another mineral silo on that side. I'm guessing that regardless of what happens, we're going to have to go a little bit out of our way. Oh, that's an entire... Oh, my God. There's an entire spaceship over there. Good Lord. Somebody had a bad day. You think that's going to affect their insurance premiums? I think it's going to have to, man. If you beach that thing over here, it's going to be a problem. All right, so there's a flint silo right over here. When I took the objective, it flagged it up for me. I definitely recommend that we store that and that we store that. The flint tools may also give us kind of a sharp edge that we can use in order to craft. Evolution-wise, or not even evolution-wise, I guess, but development-wise, flint is a very, very important material that we kind of need to have. What's going on with these roofs in here? Did they get them all in? Yeah, there we go. Our little shack is done. We've got ourselves a little sheltered area, which is pretty cool. I like it. That'll be helpful. Oh, we gotta send some people over there. All right, we'll put them in a party real fast. It's asking me to basically put together like an expedition down here in the right-hand corner. And then once I've put people in it, I guess it's too far. Oh, somebody just cracked open a cold one. I heard that. My beer sense is tingling. I heard that. You better share, bro. If you drank the only beer that we brought all the way from Earth, I'm gonna be really mad at you. You will be the unequivocal champion of the game known as Drink the Beer. You're a planet-wide champion of that thing. That's impressive, but only because none of the rest of us can get our hands on beer, so sorry. Apparently they're investigating the objective. Yup, that's a big-ass pile of rocks. This dude is drinking a lot right now. My man needs to relax. Nice. Well, we completed the objective, regardless of the way that that played out. One of them's going to have to walk an awful long way to get back to town, but hey, we got ourselves a little bit more influence, and that's all that matters. All of these advancements that we're making, they advance our colony in almost like a roguelite sense. So if all these guys die and don't make it, we can send new clones over here, and they start right where we left off from. And that's kind of, I think, the interesting thing about this game. It's kind of like compelling. We can make our companions stronger. We can go get a skill capsule. Okay, we've got a first cut. I think that's obviously pretty easy. Like, I don't think that that's that hard of an objective. I already have a tree queued up over here. It's possible. Are you guys going to light that fire right there? I'm actually going to uncue that real fast because I don't think we need flint that badly. I would, however, recommend that you fuel that right there. I assume somebody will go and do it. Like, we kind of have to, like, tell them little things to prioritize, otherwise they won't do it. We also have scrap laying around all over the place right here. We're going to need these metals later on, and in fact, that's probably if I was surviving in a rough situation like this. That's probably one of the first things that I would look into. Is I would start looking through the scrap for anything with a sharp edge on it. I mean, you can't guarantee you're going to find it, but a cutting tool is pretty much invaluable. If you don't have one, you really got to kind of find your way towards getting one. Even finding flint is not going to be that helpful because you got to know how to flint knap. And flint napping is one of those things that, like, it seems really easy when you watch somebody that's been doing it their entire life, but actually, in actuality, it is really hard to flint knap. It is not easy at all to get the edge or the shape that you want. I fiddled with it. It didn't go well. While we wait, I don't think we're missing out on too much stuff. I'm going to suggest that maybe we put in like a, I don't know, like a wooden stool or something inside of there. Maybe like one or two of them, just to like guarantee that we've got like a little rest spot to hang out at. There we go. We'll put 2 of those in right there. We completed our objective, which was to chop 5 wood. So that's easy enough. That's going to be another little bonus to everybody's morale, I think. And it's going to give us some research XP. So I'm pretty hyped about that. A little bit of influence obtained as well. There's our stool, which is rad too. So hopefully when people get tired, they'll go take a rest on it. I should probably be conserving my wood a little bit better, but like, you know, I'm going to give my wood out where I can. Let's see here. We've got primitive crafting ready to go, or survival. Okay. Let's go with primitive crafting first. Primitive crafting is going to want us to make ourselves a crafting workbench, in case you were wondering about the way that that works. Cool. Apparently, he's like super happy about the fact that we concluded that right there, so that's good. As long as it made somebody happy, I'm happy. We need rocks, and we need, I think, wood in order to make the crafting bench, which is right here. I don't know how big it's going to be. It doesn't look like it takes up much space, so I guess we can sort of like safely throw that inside. There we go. Looks okay to me. I don't know what that's going to unlock. Hopefully clothing, because they seem to be really, really stressed about the fact that they're just hanging brain right now. All right, we got primitive crafting done, so the workbench is done, so that's pretty cool. We'll finish that off, and then what does this guy have to say? Commander, there's something I need to tell you that concerns your colony. The technology that's brought you to this planet is by current standards obsolete, and there are now far more efficient ways to transport cargo and living mass to the planet. There were multiple commanders besides you who were assigned to colonize this place. One of them even managed to build a sustainable colony, but, you know, external forces annihilated everything. Commander, Mission Control has high hopes for your mission. They'll try to help you as much as possible as long as you stay committed. Right now, I'm pretty blind, so I can't provide you with real-time support, but I hope that terrain mapper of yours is coming along. Apparently it's nighttime. We're gonna need to get some people in, like, next to the fire. How are they looking as far as their coldness goes? Their hygiene looks okay. What's up with you? Oh, he's freezing now. Gotcha. Will he go back by the fire when he needs to? I assume that when they get cold enough, they will come back over here by the fire in the same way that Donnie has. Donnie appears to be the only one using his brain right now. Like, there we go. Okay, so it's probably like a threshold or something they got to get to. What's up with this bench right here? So I can make wooden sticks, and I can make a foliage skirt, but I need tree leaves. It's probably a good idea. We should definitely make a couple of those, I think. So as they get warmed up, I bet I can shake this tree, maybe. Shake tree might give you a tree cone. Give you some leaves. Yeah, let's go do that. Shake that real fast. Shake that thing. Get it all done out there, hombre. Oh, you can only shake the tree once. Interesting. Okay, so I need to be like shaking these trees every single time before I do anything else with them. Did it actually do anything? They said we were guaranteed to get 7 leaves, which I think should be enough to make enough grass skirts to get all of our reproductive organs unexposed. You know, we can be a much better society where we aren't just willies to the wind. Oh, there it is, 7 tree leaves. All right, cool. So let's go in here then, and we will make 3 of those. And hopefully you guys aren't bad at your jobs. You also unlock hats in this game, in case you were wondering. Your guys will get upgrades, and they'll get, you know how he got, like, muscular body? What'll happen is they'll get perks, and they'll get traits as you play the game. So if you have somebody harvest a lot of herbs, they may discover that they really like being an herbalist, and so they'll unlock like the herbalist's hat, which allows you to kind of designate them as an herbalist amongst everybody else. So for those among you who are excited about collecting hats TF2 style, this game does have a motley assortment of head-related accessories that you can throw onto your little colonists. Like this guy right here has like a turban, and it's got that light on it. That means that they're the captain, so, you know, look at me. I am the captain now. Y'all should definitely put on some grass skirts. It's probably going to be itchy. But, you know, we're not quite at the point yet where we're able to make nettle clothing, which I think is probably, like, the next best thing. I think nettle fibers is what they used to make clothing out of back in the day, and wool. There you go. So now he's got a bush, and it looks like he's just kind of wound it around himself. He's, like, literally wearing just a potted plant right now. I respect it. I respect it. Hopefully everybody gets their energy back. I will recommend that anybody that's not... How much wood do we have? We have 8. Okay. There's nuclear waste over there. I don't know. Oh, there's a flint silo right there, dude. I missed it like it was right next to my base, and I totally missed it. All right, yeah, go get it. I mean, if you got time, you're not doing anything else. I'm gonna have everybody throw on clothing tonight. There's our foliage skirt right there. We should have everybody in foliage skirts by the end of this. Is that almost done? Yeah, it's got one left. Good. Hey, buddy. Hey. You gonna, like, throw on some amount of clothing? Huh? Or are you just gonna, like, stalk around muscularly and threateningly? Alright, so we finished off getting everybody a skirt, so that's pretty cool. It wants me to do homeopathy right now, which I think is just, like, holistic healing. It looks like we've got some herbs and some plants and things down here. They're next to a garn worm, obviously, which is kind of problematic, but I honestly don't know if they should go until morning. That's the one thing that I'm worried about, is it's kind of freezing out. And, like, they seem to be huddling around the fire pretty aggressively, so I assume that it's going to really hurt them as time goes along. I don't know when the sun comes up. Where I live in the summertime, it come up around 5:45 or so. It'll be light by 5:30, but, like, it'll be coming up around 5:45-ish. Well, the sun don't come up at 6, so that's kind of concerning. I'm going to send them on out there anyways. This might be kind of like a suicide mission, but we got to keep moving down the tech tree, I guess. Like, our research is looking pretty good right now. We, like, pretty much literally only have, like, one thing left that is trying to fire at us. If we can get a little bit more influence, we can move up to the next tech level, which I assume is going to be kind of the Bronze Age or whatever, instead of being kind of the dawn of man over here, you know, standing next to Obelisk. Like, none of that going on right now. But at some point, maybe. Oh, they're fighting. Yeah, take them to war, baby. Take them to war, baby. Mess them up. Mess them up good, cousin. There we go. It's daytime. We're going to want to skin this, by the way. So we can cue that up for skinning, if nothing else. They're going to investigate these plants down here. I believe they're going to become interactable afterwards. Yeah, we got dandelion right there. There you go. Forge some dandy of the lion for me. You harvest some lions off those dandies. It looks like he's going to be doing some skinning right there, which I like a lot. We need 2 more influence to really get this thing moving. And so let's see here. We've got Wood Hoarder. Oh, I guess there's only one thing left. Moving up to the Stone Age, we've got to make, what is this right here? Up for a challenge. There's a rather strong force not so far away. We should deal with them before they grow in numbers. Interesting. Like, where are they at, though? Like, how bad are they? Is it just like a garn worm? Like, what is it? Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Those things seem like they might be a little tough. Those things seem like they might be a little rough for us. Now, we have our required XP, and then we're going to need to find some shared objectives as well. I don't think we have the stuff for it, though. Commander, I see you've decided to cancel an objective that you were committed to earlier. They were looking forward to completing that. I was going to bum them out. Okay. So apparently if you cancel an objective, they get super unhappy. It's kind of a bummer, but I assume it'll come back. We need to figure out our water situation. Normally, I would say a stick that can be used in combat. Make me a couple of them. Why not? We'll get a couple of beat sticks over here, i.e. clubs. My name is Splattercat, though. This is Ragnorium. I hope you guys are digging it so far. I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but I figured I'd show off some of my first impressions. Graphical style is kind of weird, little bit odd, but at the same time, like, I think I like the idea that they're going for of almost like a roguelite colony builder in a way, where the progress of the previous colony, you know, advances later colonies. I've sort of dig that. I will see you all later. Thank you for being here. If you want to get the game for yourself, I'll have a link for you down below. It is a hidden link, so it's going to be kind of odd. I'm going to try to get it to work properly, but if it doesn't, just be aware that I couldn't get the link to kind of work properly. All right, I'll see y'all later. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the Twitch stream. Make sure you check out the Discord, and I'll be back with you tomorrow with something hot and fresh out the indie skillet. Bye, everybody.